In this video, I want to talk to you about why nice guys finish last. So I'll be sharing with you a list of qualities that nice guys have that tend to cause them to sabotage themselves when it comes to women, or it just causes them to fail with women. And just to give you a quick summary before I begin, these qualities are: 1, that they're needy; 2, that they place women on pedestals; 3, that they use their kindness for manipulation, even if it's unintentional; 4, they aren't authentic and honest; and 5, they're afraid to show their sexual nature. So now let's jump into it. So first thing here, nice guys tend to be incredibly needy, and this usually stems from a fear of being alone. And that's actually a fear a lot of people have in general. It's the main cause of people's neediness. So if people are afraid of being alone, then inevitably they're going to have some form of neediness that will play out by them being way too clingy and attached to romantic interests. This is where nice guys will go on 3 dates with a woman and immediately ask her to be his girlfriend when it's way too soon for that, and they're going to scare her away with that behavior. In general, guys, a pro tip here: let women always be the ones who bring up the topic of getting into a relationship with you. You don't really want to be the person who broaches that subject, just because it's usually their decision anyway. But anyway, let's move on from there. So the reason neediness is so unattractive is because of that clinginess that it causes people to have. It can make nice guys be incredibly suffocating, where they want to be with a woman every minute of their day, and yet women want space. Well, people in general want space. Nobody likes being suffocated like that. So if you give someone way too much of your attention and your time, you're likely going to push them away. It's just, if you're a good person, that could be giving them too much of a good thing, and if you're not, well, it's not going to do you any favors. So a thing that all nice guys should practice is self-love. This will help them get to a place where they can love and accept themselves as they are, which will help them handle being alone more, because it basically helps them to learn how to enjoy their own company. And just in general, you should be comfortable doing things on your own for fun, even if you don't have other people with you. Don't wait for your friends and your romantic interests to be available for you to do fun things with them. Do those things that you want to do on your own anyway. Have fun in your own company. That will make it so you don't fear being alone anymore, because now when you're alone, you're in the company of somebody that you actually like, yourself. So it's very important to practice self-love for that reason, and just to practice enjoying your own company more often. Now let's go on to the next thing here. Nice guys place women on pedestals. This is a big problem, because nobody likes being placed on a pedestal, but women especially don't like it, because they don't want to be the source of your happiness and your life fulfillment. And if you put them on pedestals, that's kind of what you're doing. You're making them your main priority in life. And that's incredibly unattractive. And a lot of neediness will stem from that, because then you'll be cowing down to her every need, and you'll be wanting to make sure that she's always happy and fulfilled. And that's just not a good thing, because 1, you can neglect yourself when you do that, but 2, women don't even like that behavior. They don't want you to be constantly focusing on them and making them the center of your life. They want you to be focusing on your purpose and yourself and just making your life better, and then bringing them along for the ride. But they don't want you to make your life all about her. Like that's just incredibly unattractive. So guys, in general, you should be placing yourself as your main priority. I know that a lot of you are going to think that's selfish. It isn't. Selfishness is where you stop caring about other people as much as yourself, where you don't even really care about how your actions impact others. You can put yourself first in your own life and take care of yourself without getting to a place where you stop caring about others. You can just take care of yourself first and then help people after you've helped yourself. That's what you should do. That's the proper way to go through life. So never believe that putting yourself first is a bad thing, because it isn't. And it'll help you with women, because you're not going to pedestalize them, because now you're placing you as your number one priority. So how could you pedestalize them? You're not going to place them before yourself when you do that. So that's incredibly important. Do not make any woman, no matter how much you like her, your main source of happiness and fulfillment in life. Derive that yourself and then bring her along for the ride. Okay, now on to the third thing. A lot of nice guys use kindness for manipulation. And this is often unintentional. They're not trying to purposely do this, but it's basically the way their behavior plays out anyway. It's manipulative, even if they don't realize it. So what I mean here is quite often nice guys will kind of believe this whole idea that if I'm nice to her, she will like me more. Immediately, that is manipulative because they're not saying I am nice, therefore she'll like me. They're saying if I be more nice, then that will make her like me more. So basically, they're acting in a way that may not even be true to their nature because they're trying to get a specific outcome. They're trying to get a woman's interest or affection or to get her in bed. But that's manipulative because it ties in with number 4, but they're basically being inauthentic. They're not being who they are. They're acting to be, or they're pretending to be someone different to get what they want. And that's pretending to be incredibly nice. Now, some nice guys are just a genuinely nice person, but I've actually found that that's not often the case. A lot of them use their niceness because they believe that's what women want, that they want a nice guy, so they use that as a way to get women. And like I said, that's manipulative. So here's the thing. You want to treat everyone the same way. Be kind to everyone in general. Don't just be kind to people that you want something from. That's messed up. Treat everyone with the same level of kindness and respect until they prove that they're no longer worthy of being treated that way or that they don't deserve it. But in general, you should give everyone you come across in life your kindness and respect at first. And then, like I said, if they prove to not be deserving of it, then stop giving it to them. But immediately, you should give them those things because that's just what good people do. And it also makes it easier to connect with women because if you treat everyone the same way, then inevitably you're going to treat the women you're attracted to the same way as you treat everyone else, which means you're less likely to be nervous and intimidated around her because you're just treating her the way you treat everyone else. It's not like you have this on and off switch where you treat regular people one way and then women you're attracted to a different way. No, you're just going to treat everyone the same way. That's why so many men struggle with women because they treat them like, well, they pedestalize them, like I already said earlier. So immediately she's intimidating to them because she's up here, whereas he's down here. But it also just means that they feel like they have to treat her differently, like they have to turn on this different version of themselves to connect with her that they don't use for everyone else. And that's a problem, and it makes it difficult to connect with women because, yeah, it makes you nervous, it makes you get intimidated by them. So just in general, treat everyone the same way, and then that's not manipulative at all. You're just being a good person. So I'll often in my videos talk about the difference between kind people and nice people for this reason. I like to say that kind people are kind to everyone in general, whereas nice people are only nice to people when they want something from them. So aim to be kind, not nice. Now on to the next thing. Number 4, nice guys aren't usually authentic or honest. Now, sometimes they may believe they are, but they're often not. So basically, this means that they'll portray a version of themselves that is better than they usually are. They'll be trying to impress women and to do that, they'll try to basically act better than they are. Or like the previous bullet point, they'll pretend to be kind when that may not actually be who they are. If they're not kind to everyone in general, then they're probably not a kind person. But they will be kind to her because, yeah, they want to get in her pants. And that's being inauthentic and it's being dishonest. Now, I'm actually going to loop in number 5 here because these two go together. So if you remember from before, number 5 is nice guys are afraid to show their sexual nature. So this ties into them not being authentic and honest because if you truly want to connect deeply with women, you have to be authentic and honest with them, which means showing your sexual nature from time to time, showing her that, hey, you're attracted to her, you like what you see, you like the package that she comes in, and you also like her personality. You have to be honest about those things because so many nice guys aren't. They view their sexuality as like a bad thing, and I understand why. A lot of nice guys are actually raised from like single mothers, or they're just raised around a lot of women, and women will usually tell guys when they're growing up that, hey, be nice to women, treat them well, and that sort of thing. But that can hurt them later on because it'll make them, think of their sexuality as being a bad thing because, it can be. There are some guys that use their sexuality to commit really heinous acts, and you all know what I'm talking about with that. I won't even get into it. But sexuality in and of itself isn't a bad thing. It's the reason we all exist, right? It's the reason we're all here. So that right there tells you, it's very nuanced. There's a good aspect of it and a bad aspect of it. So let's stick towards this side of the equation, the good side. So don't think of sexuality as a bad thing, because it really isn't. It's a very natural thing. It's the reason we all exist. So try not to shame yourself over it, and try not to believe that showing it to women is a bad thing. In fact, I used to believe that it was bad when I was younger. And then I would watch some of my guy friends who had no trouble showing their sexuality to women have a ton of success with women. And I always wondered how that worked, because I never put two and two together back then. But it works. Nice guys usually believe that like showing their sexual side to women would repel women. But it does the opposite. It attracts them because it's authentic, it's honest, it's showing interest in her. And usually there's this wonderful thing in life where people, how do I put it? Basically, we tend to like people more who like us. So if we're interested in a woman, it'll likely make her more interested in us, provided we convey our interest in her. There's just something about that. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that, where if you find out that a woman likes you, it tends to make you like her more as well, even if it's not in a romantic nature. If they just approve of you as a person, you'll likely approve of them as well. So when you show your interest in a woman, it usually will make her more interested in you if she already finds you attractive and your personality isn't repelling. So it helps you. So if you're willing to be authentic and honest and to show a woman that, hey, yeah, you're attracted to her, she's likely going to be receptive of that and she will enjoy it. It's much better than guys acting like they have no balls between their legs and that they're just going through life like they see attractive women but they don't know what to do with them, and that's never going to attract a woman to you. It's dishonest, it's inauthentic, and how could you possibly hope to connect deeply with a woman if you aren't in touch with your sexual side? Like, where are you planning on taking things in the relationship? If you want to have a celibate relationship, by all means, that strategy could potentially work. But if you don't want that, then hiding your sexuality is not going to do you any favors. And I'm not even trying to help you guys hook up with women here, because be careful about that as well. That can have a huge impact on your psyche over time. So for the most part, try to have more meaningful experiences as opposed to the one-night stands. But that's basically all I'll say on that subject. So in general, just try to be more authentic and honest, which means, showing your sexual side from time to time when it's warranted. Don't just always have it going. That could be an issue. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. The reasons why nice guys tend to finish last. And just to go over them again, it's because nice guys tend to be needy. They place women on pedestals. They use their kindness for manipulation, even if it's unintentional. They aren't authentic and honest, and they're afraid to show their sexual nature. If you put all those things into one package, you have the stereotypical nice guy who fails with women and self-sabotages himself with them. So that's why nice guys tend to finish last. But anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, the easiest way you can support me is just to like, comment, and share, and let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!